Sometimes my wife gets mad at me because I go out of my way to talk to MAGA people. Sometimes they're trenched in, sometimes they're not. She says I'm wasting my time, and sometimes I am. But we're all guilty of having that one family member or friend that we just don't want to reject, and we wish we could get through to them. I'm guilty of that too. I used to have more brothers than I have now. It's just the way things are. But I do know that sitting there talking to somebody who in your mind you feel partially responsible for the reason you lost your job, or the reason your kids don't have health insurance, or the reason your kids don't have freaking food. I know it's hard. It's gotta be hard. Some people are just lost in the Looney Tune weeds, and they're lost. There is no fixing them. I acknowledge that. But at the same time, I want to say, I feel like if I don't do something, anything, I'm letting these people go out and infect other people with this airborne disease, and the way they transmit it is by opening their freaking mouth. I can't sit there and talk to those people about Donald Trump this or Donald Trump that, because if you say anything negative about Donald Trump, all you're going to get is false righteousness, deflection, and an impenetrable wall that you're not going to be able to crack. What I do is I say, hey, I do have a question for you. How did we find enough money to build a ballroom, but we can't seem to find enough money to fix the air conditioning at the local high school? Or how did we find enough money to build a base on the frickin' moon, but we can't lower gas prices? And speaking of which, how do we make America great if we're worried about something not even on this planet? Every once in a while, you get that one guy that his eyes dilate just for a second, and you're like, ooh, I think he's thinking. Sort of how you and I would react when a stranger comes up to our car window and we just crack it an inch. We don't trust them, but we lower it an inch just to hear what they got to say. That's sort of how their brain is reacting. And after that, you hear the symphony number 5. I love that symphony. There are people that you're just not going to be able to get through. That's just a fact. There are people that you're going to have to pick a lane. Either they're not or they are. And if they aren't, then you're going to have that tough conversation with that person that says, family member, I love you so much, but you're just not healthy for me or my family. Pick a lane. And that is exactly what we need to do. Pick a lane. It's not fair for us to be at the grocery store and shun the guy proudly wearing his red hat, but then sitting down at Thanksgiving with Pops that's wearing his red hat and go, well, it's okay because he's family. That's not picking a lane. That is picking what's easy. Just something for y'all to think about is all. Y'all have a nice day.